Hey there gamers, and welcome back to the channel. So it's refresh day, and this is the first refresh we've had since the Jungle Getaway update arrived. I hope you've all been enjoying the new update. I know I have. And something we haven't covered yet that we're going to go over today is going to be the premium shop leaks. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have probably already seen them. I know some of you haven't. I have some friends in my Twitch chat right now that haven't seen them. And for those of you that have, you can stick around anyway because you're going to hear my opinion on these items. I'm very excited. Make sure you save some moonstones throughout this update though, because we have a lot of awesome stuff coming into the premium shop. Now, of course, today is the first refresh day, so we did get some of these items today that we will be showcasing and reviewing. So we're not going to go over them in the leaks because we have them now, so they're not really leaks anymore. So at the beginning of today's video, we'll focus on the stuff that hasn't come to the game yet. We'll talk about what's coming and what I think about it. Then we'll dive into Dreamsnaps, my results, my submission, and this week's new challenge, before finally taking a deep dive into this week's premium shop lineup for a full showcase and review. So with that out of the way, let's get into the first order of business today, which is going to be the premium shop leaks for this update. Alright, so if you've seen these leaks, you know there's some really cool stuff coming to the premium shop throughout this update. We have some really great new homes coming, some of the best premium houses I think we've ever seen, so we're going to save those for last. Let's start things off with a couple of new bundles we have. First up, we have the Safari Lounge set. Now, I should probably go ahead and preface this breakdown by telling you the theme of the items coming. So it looks like we have a mix of things that are going to fit the jungle or savanna theme with Timon and Pumbaa coming to the update. And we have some things that are going to go with the villainous themes and Halloween themes as well. So, and some autumn mixed in there too. So the premium shop has a lot of different things going on throughout this update. But anyway, with that out of the way, let's talk about this first bundle of items. I really love the look of these. The fireplace there reminds me a lot of like the elemental one we got with like the blue flame, but I really do love the look of it. The new chair, the new rug, the table, and the wall banner, they all have a really fun level of detail, and I think are going to work really well with some of the other Lion King inspired decor that we have. So it's cool to be getting some new Savannah style items into the game for our home interiors. I do like these. Probably one of the lesser exciting items coming to the premium shop, but that just goes to show how amazing a lot of these new items are. Let me know what you think about this little Savannah bundle. I'm pretty excited to see it come to the game. It's not my favorite new item, but I think it looks pretty good. Next up, we have the LaBouffe bedroom set. Now, this is a really good looking elegant set. I love the chandelier. I can't wait to see what kind of light that puts off. The bed is extravagant. I mean, it's one of the best looking beds I think that we've seen come to the game. And I love the nightstand and the little vanity that comes with this too. This whole set is just really nice, and I think it's going to work really well for elegant builds or royal-esque builds indoors. Overall, it's just a really cool set. Though this one doesn't really fit into like the rest of the themes that we're seeing from the premium shop. It's just something a bit different and fresh and fun, but I do like this. I love elegant looks. I love elegant furniture, so I'm pretty excited to see this bundle come to the shop. I know a lot of my friends are as well. Again, not my favorite item from this set. I think what I'm most excited about would be some of the new houses we're going to be seeing in a minute, but it's still a really good looking set, and I'm definitely going to be picking it up because I love decor bundles. And now for what I would consider to be my favorite bundle in coming to the premium shop throughout this update, and that would be this villainous stained glass bundle. This is just so cool. I love how each one carries its own theme, and they all have so much detail. They have these candles on the sides as well. They just look really good. And we can always use more windows in the game, and I think these ones are just like some of the best we've ever seen. I do love the stained glass. We do have like one Beauty and Beast stained glass window in the game, and we also have that one that we can craft at the time bending station. So seeing that we're getting 3 more in one bundle is really exciting, and I think this is just going to work really well for castle builds and any kind of villainous style of build. But yeah, these just look so great to me. I love the poison apple on the one on the top right there, the books. The Ursula one is really cool. At the bottom, it's got this little fishbone on it and this seashell. I mean, these just look so cool. I am very excited about these, which is why this is my favorite bundle coming to the shop. Not my favorite item, but definitely my favorite bundle. I will 100% be getting this. Let me know if you will as well. All right, moving on from bundles. Next up, we have the Musical Mausoleum. Now, this item does look pretty cool. I like the aesthetic of it. Anything that's like creepy and spooky, I just love to have. But I have been told that this doesn't have any kind of interactive quality, so I'm guessing it's going to be a cheaper item, maybe 1,200 moonstones, because it's just cosmetic. Since it's called the Musical Mausoleum, I was kind of hoping we would be able to interact with it and get some kind of audio effect, or there would be some kind of special animation, kind of like we saw with the organ that we got in the Haunted Holiday STARPATH, but it doesn't appear that that's the case, so this is one of the lesser exciting items, but it doesn't mean it's not a good item. It looks awesome. I'm excited to have it. I think it'll be great for like spooky or graveyard builds or the Forgotten Lands. But since it's a musical item, it's too bad there's no interactive quality or special sound effect. But that's okay. You know, let's move on to the next item. Next up, we have the Haunted Moth Wings. These look so cool. And I'm actually kind of surprised they did not come to the premium shop today, because there is a dress that came to the premium shop that a lot of people were really excited for, and I just kind of thought these would come to the shop together. Now, I know the wings don't necessarily go with the dress. The dress has more like a leafy kind of vibe, but the coloration, the style, it does feel similar, so I feel like they would work together really well. So I'm kind of surprised it didn't come today, but these wings are really cool. It's great too, because now we can use wings with gliding, so we can like fly around. So these look really nice. I think it'll be something fun to equip while you fly around your valley. And like I said, they're going to pair really well with the dress we'll be showcasing today. We would cover it in the leaks, but it's not a leak anymore. It's out in the game now. So let's keep moving. So this is the lion fox skin. And like we said, you know, a lot of the items, or several of the items we're seeing, are going to fit the Jungle Getaway theme, while others are more geared towards Halloween or autumn. So this is the new companion we're getting for this Lion King feel. And this is really cute. I love this, you know, he's got like these little eyeliners on, and he's like baring his teeth, and he's got the leafy mane. This is an adorable pet skin. I think it's really fun, and it'll work really good with Savannah style Dreamsnaps or Lion King themed Dreamsnaps. So a fun companion for sure. It's probably going to come in at like 2,000. I think that's what the price is for companion reskins like this. So expecting around 2,000. Not the most exciting item, but very adorable. And I think I'll definitely be getting this because I love the foxes. So this one's just really fun. But I feel like we do get a lot of fox skins. Like we just got one with the Pooh backpack last week. And now we're finally diving into the new premium houses. The first one here is Charlotte's house. Now I'm going to be showing these in order of my least favorite to my most favorite. Now, just because the Charlotte house is my least favorite doesn't mean I hate it. It's still a really nice house. It looks very sizable. I love the steps leading up to the front door there. I love that it has this beautiful front porch, and I think this is going to look great in like neighborhood or town builds. It's an amazing house. Not too much to say about it other than that, you know, until we do the showcase of this item. And while it's a good house, it's my least favorite of the new items, the new premium houses coming to the shop throughout these next few weeks. And for the second house on our list here, we have the Animal Kingdom Lodge house skin. Now, I just absolutely love the look of this. I was saying this when we got Timon and Pumbaa. I figured they were going to live in Pride Rock because we knew this was going to be a smaller update, and they're small villagers, so I figured they would fit in there. But I was also saying, man, I would love some Sunlit Plateau themed houses because we don't really have much when it comes to that. Of course, we have Pride Rock and we have Scar's house, but aside from that, we don't really have any premium style houses that are made exactly for that biome. And finally, that's what we see here. So I'm very excited to get my hands on this one. I cannot wait to put it in my Sunlit Plateau, and I love the look of this. Even the picture is very clean, very sharp. I love the lighting, the roof design, these two pillars along the door. I mean, this is just a beautiful house skin. And the fact that it's a sunlit item is the reason that it's higher up on the list. This would be my favorite new premium house. We don't have it yet, but I am in love with this. For one, there's a cat on the top with the little like wind pointy thingy. What's that called? I don't know. But the fact that there's a kitty cat up there, that sells me. I'm obsessed with cats. I love cats so much. They're my favorite thing in the universe. So the fact that this has a little kitty cat on top of it, just take my money already. It's so great. And I just love things with these fall colors. I really hope the devs give us some fall trees at some point. Most of the fall leaves and foliage we have are like attached to houses that we're getting, and I would love some standalone trees to put around these items. But yeah, this house is great. I love the little witch hats on the pumpkins by the front door. I love the little hay bales down there. These autumn leaves kind of wrapping around it. Everything about this just makes me love it. This is one of my favorite premium houses I've ever seen, and I'm just so excited to get it. I'm guessing that this one is going to come out closer to Halloween, hopefully next week. I really hope we get this one next week. And, you know, but who knows? There's so many good premium houses coming to the shop. It's hard to know what's coming when, but I just want this ASAP. This one is so much fun. Let me know how you feel about these premium houses we just looked at. Which one is your favorite? And would it be the one from this week? Because the treehouse we're going to be showcasing today is also really nice. And now for one of my favorite items coming to the shop. This is the last one, and I think my favorite. I love the look of this. This is Chernobog's Changing Castle. It's a beautiful decor item, and it just looks so good. This is going to be a perfect addition to the Forgotten Lands. I mean, it's got the night thorns growing out of it. It's got these crumbling castle walls. There's mushrooms on the right-hand side. Everything about this looks so amazing, and y'all know me. I always mention I'm a huge fan of like villainous, spooky, and dark decor. I know there's like a good bit of that in the game, but I feel like we can always use more. And when we get this new paid expansion, I can't wait to see if there's some darker themed areas within some of these biomes. Some of the audio files we've gotten sound kind of like whimsical and maybe even spooky, so I hope we see something that, you know, would play well with some of these items, because we only have the Forgotten Lands for a lot of the spooky stuff, and we're getting so much spooky stuff that we can't really fit it all in the Forgotten Lands, so it would be nice to get another area that these items play well with. But I'm really excited about this one, and since it's not a house, it's probably not going to cost too much. I would imagine it's not super expensive. But yeah, this is the last of the new premium items. I'm just excited to see them come to the game. I'm very curious about the size of this. Judging by the ferns, if those are the same size as the ones that we see placed throughout the valley, it's a pretty sizable item. But yeah, as soon as I look at it, I just can't help but to think how amazing that's going to look in the Forgotten Lands biome. Yeah, the Halloween Cozy Cottage and this. These are two of my favorite items from these leaks, and I'm just so eager to get my hands on both of them. But yeah, that's it. That's all the new items. I believe we covered everything that hasn't come to the shop yet. So like I said at the beginning of this, make sure you save some moonstones. If moonstones are tight, maybe pass on things that you don't really need too bad. Like I know the villainous tool set that came in today is going to be quite expensive. Like all the tool sets are, they're nearly 4,000 moonstones. So if you have to, you can always pass on that, or you can pass on some of the bundles if you don't want them. But there are so many good premium houses coming to the shop. That's gonna be what I tend to prioritize, but I'm very excited about a lot of these items. And with that, let's move on to Dreamsnaps. So I have two Dreamsnaps to show you guys because we had update day last week and I did not drop my usual Dreamsnap video. So I'm going to show you guys my fall Dreamsnap, and we're going to take a look at my Western Dreamsnap. Now, to be honest, my Western Dreamsnap, this was my laziest Dreamsnap ever. I probably spent like 10 to 15 minutes on it. I almost skipped the challenge, but I was like, you know what? I'll just throw something together, see how it does. So I'm not sure what to expect here. I feel pretty certain we'll get 4K because we always do, since we understand, you know, the Dreamsnap system and the value of items and whatnot. So I'm pretty sure we'll get 4K, but I don't know if we're going to get like rank 5,000, 6,000, or 1,000, but we will see. We will see. Before we check the mail, let me show you the autumn themed Dreamsnap I did. I really love this one, so I was excited to share this with you guys here on YouTube. Okay, so here's what we did for the autumn theme, and of course we did get our 4K on this one. I was so happy with the way this turned out. I love the outfit that we went with on this one. It matches the environment so well, and I had to use Figaro. I don't know what it is. I mean, I love cats, but also the fall season, it just works good with kitty cats. Now, we won't spend a whole bunch of time talking about this one or picking it apart because we have a lot of other things to discuss today, but I did at least want to share this with you guys if you haven't seen it. And with that, it's time to check our mail and see how we did on this Western theme challenge. Now, like I said, I didn't spend a lot of time on it, but we also don't have a tremendous amount of like Western themed items. We have like a lot of Toy Story stuff, but I wanted to go with like a little bit of a Wild West scene myself. We'll see how it did, and then we'll take a look at the submission. All right, so we got a score of 75.77. We ranked 1,167, and we got our 4,000 Moonstones. No big surprise there with the 4,000 Moonstones, but I am surprised this ranked close to 1,000 considering it's my laziest Dream Snap ever, and it's I think it might be one of my worst Dream Snaps because I just did not do a whole lot with it, but it did fit the theme really well, and we did use good high value items for the outfit. So let's claim these and we'll take a look at the submission. And here it is. This was my submission for Dreamlight Western. So as you can see, it's a lot of open space. I didn't do a heavy amount of decorating, but we don't really have a lot of great Western decor. I would have loved to have included some train tracks or something, but I kind of wanted to keep it a bit more open. Now, I did occupy the foreground. We have a cactus on the left, and on the right here, we have Woody. We have like the antelope skeleton there on the ground, which I know antelopes aren't like Western, but it was the closest thing I could have to like a bull skull, so it kind of worked. We put Miguel's guitar there by Gaston's house, and Gaston's house kind of fit the Western vibe. I also have the Bayou house back there on the right. Now, I know it's a Bayou house, and it doesn't fit in perfectly, but I wanted like an old Western style wooden house, and that was like the closest thing I had. So I kind of hid it in the back so it wasn't super obvious that it was the Bayou build, and I put some items around it. You know, we have another guitar, some tools, another cactus, and then way in the back, I have like a prairie style, like kind of fence and gateway, like you're coming into this little area. It's really hard to see, it's just way back there in the background, but that's really the last decor element we have to touch on here. Like I said, not a whole lot to talk about with this Dream Snap because all I did was place a couple of houses, place a little bit of landscaping decor, and a handful of items that kind of worked with this Western theme, making this one of my most minimal Dream Snaps ever. But despite that, it still got 4K and not a bad rank, you know, close to the top 1,000 there, which was a pretty big surprise because I just didn't really see this one doing that well at all and kind of just threw it together, but I guess people felt like it worked with the theme and it got some votes. So if you came across this Dream Snap and you liked it enough to vote for it, thank you very much. And with that, let's move on to this week's brand new Dream Snap challenge. Okay, this week's new challenge is called Your Favorite Bag. What's your favorite bag accessory in Dreamlight Valley? Put together an outfit that perfectly shows it off. All right, a backpack challenge. You know, it's really funny we're seeing this because just this weekend when I did my STARPATH review, I mentioned I'm not a big backpack guy. I'm not super into the backpacks. I almost never wear them. I'd much rather wear the wings, but they are fun to use in Dream Snap, so I think I can make a fun outfit that goes with one of these bags. I'm pretty excited about that. Let's take a look at our tags here this week. Our mandatory tags are going to be back, of course, and playful. Our bonus tags are going to be modern and strong. Interesting. Okay, so we'll only be able to use one 4-tag item, which is going to be a back piece, but it is called Your Favorite Bag. I know there's probably going to be some wings that do work with all 4 tags, but I wouldn't use wings because I think that's going to be off the theme. The whole idea of the theme is to highlight your favorite bag, so using wings might not be the best idea. That said, this challenge does have a good bit of flexibility because you can kind of style this any way you want, and we can see that in these demo photos. You know, you have like one Nightmare Before Christmas kind of punky, spooky vibe. We have like a Fantasia inspired outfit here, and then we have this like Chef Remy backpack with these overalls, so you can really go a number of directions here with this challenge. And then also, since you can be so flexible with the outfit, that means you can be flexible with the environment. So I'm very curious to see what people are going to do. I feel like since we are in October, we'll probably see some spooky and some autumn themes mixed into these favorite bag submissions. I'm excited. I'm excited about this. I think this is going to be one of those few dream snaps where the sky is the limit. You could really go in so many different directions with this challenge. So I'm stoked. I'm stoked to put something together myself. I love when I can just let my creativity run wild and kind of go in any direction with the challenge. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. Let me know what you think in the comments below about this week's Dream Snap challenge. Moving on to everyone's favorite part of the video, we have the premium shop review and showcase. So as you can see here at the top, we got a brand new set of Villain's Royal Tools. Now, if you saw the leaks, you already knew these were coming, but we didn't cover them in today's leaks because they're in the game now. They're not really leaks anymore. Now, tool sets, I'm not the biggest fan of because they are super expensive. I wish tool sets were closer to like 2,000 or 3,000 moonstones. I do love the fact that we can finally use our tools in Dream Snaps. I think that actually makes these worth it. And this is a really fun tool set. You have this Ursula-inspired watering can with this like tentacle wrapping around the spout. You have this Evil Queen-inspired pickaxe with the poison apple at the bottom and this crown at the top. We have a Maleficent-themed hourglass. Now, this is really cool. I feel like this would also be really cool when you play the expansion, considering Maleficent's going to be in it, so I just think that would be fun. We have a Queen of Hearts-themed shovel, a Cruella de Vil-inspired phone, and a Captain Hook-themed fishing rod. So I do have to say this is a really fun and creative tool set, considering every single one of these tools is inspired by an iconic Disney villain. I love this tool set. I think it's really fun. I'm definitely going to be picking this one up, but tool sets are one of the few things in the game I will occasionally pass on. I actually really regretted getting the Mulan tool set. I know some people like it, but it just felt really big and clunky in Eclipse, and it just wasn't the most fun or unique. My favorite tool set I think I would have to say would be the Electric Parade tool set. I think it's the best tool set in the game. It's so much fun with all the lights and animations. But this villainous tool set, I think, is up there in the top. Now, the next item we're going to talk about here is going to be the Wilted Flower Cottage. And this is one of the premium houses I was so excited to get when I first saw the leaks. And I'm glad it came as early as it did. I would say this is probably my second favorite premium house in the premium shop leaks. My first being the Cozy Halloween Cottage. But this one is a close second because I just really want more fall decor and kind of fall themed things for my valley. And it's great that this house has such a fall vibe. And when we do the showcase, you're going to see just how amazing this house is. It even has its own animation, and it doesn't show you really in this photo here, but these lights wrapped around the top are actually kind of purple. They're really interesting. But also it has, you know, like I said, it has its own animation. These leaves right here, these big autumn leaves kind of fall off this top piece and like drift down. It looks so good. I'm just in love with this new house. Cannot wait to show it to you guys. And it's coming in at only 3,000 moonstones. So for a new, unique, autumn-themed home with an animation, 3,000 moonstones is one heck of a deal. Highly recommend picking this up if you can. Next, we have the Haunted Gazebo. Now, this one's only 1,200 moonstones, a very reasonable price, but it also doesn't have like any kind of like animation. It's just a little gazebo, but hey, I think it's 100% worth it. It's got some great detail. So as you can see here in our little demo, there's some spider webs, and it's also kind of decrepit and dilapidated. It's falling apart here. You can see the paint wearing down all over it. The roof is kind of cracked here at the top, and look at the top. It's got a kitty cat. It's got a cat, you know, that makes me so happy. But I do love this gazebo. And finally, our last new item, which has been a huge hit with my friends here on Twitch. Everyone's been talking about this. This is the Elegant Villainous Outfit. I just love the look of this. I usually play with my male avatar, but I do love using my female avatar for dream snaps. And this outfit is so cool looking that I think this is going to be like a new norm on my female avatar. I'm probably going to wear this like all the time. And also, somebody mentioned earlier, they're like, it gives me vibes like Loki meets Poison Ivy. And I thought that was so fun. I'm like, yeah, I could definitely see that. It definitely has some Loki energy. Now, this beautiful outfit is only going to cost you 1,200 moonstones. And not only does it come with this awesome Villainous Elegance gown, but it also comes with this Villainous Elegance necklace and these Villainous Elegance gloves. And these just look so good. Like the necklace has these leaves all around and this like pearl liner here with some kind of gemstone in the center. The gloves are also super intricate. They wrap around the finger here and they have like almost like a vine shape that goes up the hand. It just looks so good. And the fact that this is only $1,200, I mean, this is a steal. This is just such a fun item. And I'm very excited to showcase it today. Now, surprisingly, the same Loungefly backpack we saw last week is still in the shop this week. I don't think we've ever seen this before, so this is very interesting. It might have to do with their collaboration with Loungefly. Maybe they want to keep this Loungefly backpack available a little bit longer than normal to encourage more people to pick it up. But I was surprised to open up the premium shop and still see this in here because this is the first time this has ever happened. Premium shop items pretty much always expire at the end of the week and then they come back around later. So this is the first time we've seen something stay in the premium shop for a couple of weeks in a row, at least as a new single premium shop item like this. So interesting. I wonder if we'll be seeing more of that in the future. And lastly, we have some amazing 20% off deals, or I should say one amazing 20% off deal. The Haunted Mansion bundle at 20% off is probably one of the best deals you're going to see for premium houses, because this is one of the few premium houses that gives you two variations and you could place both of them. So if you purchase this bundle, not only are you going to save 20% on the Haunted Mansion, but you're going to get two amazing new house skins. And the Haunted Mansion has never been this cheap. What better time to get it than the Halloween season? So yeah, if you're missing this item, now's your chance to pick it up and save some moonstones. And while this goes with the Halloween and autumn theme, this over here goes with the Jungle Getaway vibes. So we have the Pride Lands Backpack Set 2 coming back to the shop. I do love these little Lion King backpacks. There's a total of 5, I believe. I think there's a Simba one, a Timon one, a Pumbaa one, a Hyena one, and a Rafiki one. Now, I could be wrong. There could be more. I think that's right, though. But yeah, I love these backpacks. They have a lot of detail. They're very cute. And for 20% off, they're going to cost you just I think a little over 1,000 moonstones. It's not much, but at the same time, there's so many good things coming to the shop. These backpacks aren't really super necessary in my eyes. Like I mentioned before, I don't wear backpacks a lot. I'm not a huge backpack fan, but I feel pretty sure we're going to see some Lion King themed Dreamsnap challenges because we do have a Jungle Getaway update right now. And if you don't have any of the Lion King themed backpacks, that might put you at a disadvantage. So I would definitely consider picking them up if you don't have the Pride Lands Backpack Set 1. But if you do have that, you should be fine. You probably won't need this at all. But I'm just saying, for Dreamsnaps, it could come in really handy considering we're in a Lion King themed update. And yeah, that's everything in the shop this week. Pretty exciting. You know, there's some fun things in here, but there's way better stuff coming. So if you feel like you need to pass on any of these things, I say don't feel bad about it. Just save your moonstones if you liked some of the stuff we highlighted earlier, because yeah, this whole update, there are some absolute bangers coming to the premium shop. So I would say the one thing I would not pass on today, if I had to choose one item, it would be the Wilted Flower Cottage. I think that's the one thing I just couldn't pass on. This is one of the coolest looking premium houses we've seen, and I cannot wait to showcase it. Speaking of which, let's dive into the showcase right now. So the first item we're going to showcase today is going to be this new outfit bundle. I love this entire look. Like we said in the review, you know, it definitely has like Loki meets Poison Ivy. It's just such a fun, elegant, villainous ensemble. The overall detail in this is really promising for only 1,200 moonstones. The neck piece alone is really nice and extravagant. We'll get a closer look at that real quick. But yeah, if you look closely at the neck piece, you can actually see it glistening, like all the little pearls glisten. And so do the ones on the dress. If you look at the dress, they're actually reflecting light as well, which is really cool. But I just love the leaves. I love like the mineral there at the center, and it connects perfectly with that breast piece that kind of goes up into the points there. So the necklace just works really well, and it also, that mineral, whatever it is reflecting light as well. I just really enjoy the overall design of this dress. Now let's look at the gloves too. All right, so moving on to the new gloves that come with this set. As you can tell, when they're idling like by your waist, that mesh does clip and like kind of cover them. But when you use them with tools, you can see them a bit better. I'm gonna remove the dress so we can get a better look at the gloves. Or actually, you know what? We'll just hold a tool and we'll zoom in that way. Okay, that gives us a much better look at the new gloves. They do work really well with the dress. They have those same pearls that we see like on the necklace and throughout the dress, these little white pearls. And I love the intricate detail. I love that it attaches to the finger here. And interestingly, I did find out you can wear bracelets with this, which is a little surprising because it has the big long sleeves, and with the glove, you would think maybe you wouldn't be able to, but you can. You can equip bracelets with this dress. So it does have some utility for Dreamsnaps. But yeah, that's pretty much everything we need to cover about this dress. Let me know what you guys think about it. I think this is a great deal for 1,200 moonstones. It's one of my favorite items for my female avatar. I'm probably going to wear this a lot. As I said a million times, I'm a big fan of the villainous styles, and this whole green look, the pearls, the leafy elements, it's just super fun. So I'm loving this. Let me know in the comments if you are as well. Now let's take a look at the new royal tools. So starting off with what I think might be the best royal tool in the set would be this Maleficent themed hourglass. This thing is so awesome. I love the green flame at the bottom. It has way better animation than I was expecting when I looked at it in the premium shop and when I saw the leaks. Beast, can you not? But yeah, this is just a really fun tool. And the green flame just really sells me on it. And the fact that we can use tools now in Dreamsnaps definitely, like we mentioned, gives them much more utility. I think this is going to be a really fun one to use if we see a villainous challenge. And this is not the only tool we got in this set with really fun animation. Next up, we have the Captain Hook inspired fishing rod. And it has this cute little compass at the back end of it as the bobber, which I really like. But even more than that, I love the subtle sparkling animation. The fact that it has these little, like almost like little fireflies surrounding it and circling it is just so fun. We don't have a lot of animated royal tools, or I should say we don't have a lot that have this level of animation, I think is more accurate. But I do love the fact that they included some special lighting effects. I love this fishing rod. It's very fun. Next up, we have the Ursula themed watering can. And this is another one that has really fun animations and colorations. So zooming in here, you'll see it's like bubbling like a cauldron. You know, Ursula's famous for giving us different potions and helping us with potions. So I think it's really fun that this watering can has this effect. I also love the glowing nautilus shell and the fact that it has these tentacles kind of wrapping around it and throughout it. It's just so fun. It's even got Ursula's little crown there on the front plate. Just a great new royal tool in general. Of course, with this outfit, it's kind of clipping through the mesh, but you get the idea. You can see it pretty well. Next, we have the new Queen of Hearts shovel. And this is probably one of my lesser favorites. It doesn't have as much animation. It does have a glowing heart here, which is kind of cool. If you look by the base of the shovel, you can see this big gold glowing heart. And then the shovel itself is like heart-shaped, and there seems to be like a leaf or petal that it's coming out of. It's cool looking. It's fun. It's not the best shovel skin, I think, but it is nice. Also not the best tool in this set, but it's decent quality. Now for the pickaxe. This thing is amazing. This is an Evil Queen themed item, and as you can tell, it has this green flame animation just like we saw on the hourglass. But on top of that, the poison apple at the base is actually oozing poison, which is so neat. This is such a cool idea. They could have easily just left it the stagnant green and not have it actually oozing, but they opted to actually give it some animation there, which I really liked. So I'm a big fan of this new tool set. I think this is one of the better tools in the set, probably second best. I would say the hourglass is best. The pickaxe would be second. The fishing rod would be third. Or no, I think the watering can would be third. Fishing rod would be fourth, but they're all really good. But the pickaxe is definitely one of my favorites. As for the phone, there's not much to say about it. I mean, it's just like a back skin. Like you got this Cruella de Vil themed phone. It's got the Dalmatian skin on it. But aside from that, it doesn't really have anything interesting going on. So there's no need to really showcase it. It's just kind of a back plate for your phone. Now, unfortunately, tool sets are are on the expensive side, coming in at 3,750 moonstones. Now, if you wait like a year and you get them next year, they might be 20% off. So with so many good items coming to the premium shop, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people pass on the tools just because they are so pricey. But this is one of the better tool sets we've seen. I would say this is the second best tool set, only behind the Electric Parade tool set. I think the Electric Parade tool set is my favorite, followed by this new Villainous set, then followed by the Nefarious set. I think those would be my favorite tool sets. I also like the Bell tool set because the Hourglass has a rose animation that drops petals. It's also really fun. But yeah, this, you know, if you're going to pick up a tool set, I would say either this one or the Electric Parade one would probably be the most fun or rewarding. Wow, the villagers are really not giving me any space today. But anyway, that's enough about the tools. Let's move on. I'm gonna block off my area, but we're gonna block off an area and we're gonna look at the new premium house and the new haunted gazebo. All right, the next item we're gonna be reviewing in this showcase is the haunted gazebo, and it summons villagers. So even better than I expected it to be. This is really cool. This is another item that you can use to gather villagers, and I wasn't expecting that. I thought this was just going to be another gazebo, so that's pretty fun. Let's bring some in and see how they pose in here. Okay, very cool. You get a couple in the background, couple in the foreground. Very nice. It's always good to have more items that summon in villagers, as it helps us lock them down for our dream snaps. Now, aside from that, the item itself does have some pretty good detail. I love the spider webs. I love the chipping paint, and just the overall vibe and aesthetic of it is nice. And even though you can use this to summon villagers, you can still put things inside of it, which is nice. So if I wanted to take like a jack-o'-lantern and put it in here, I could. And you get a lot of room too. I mean, you can put things all the way over here by the edge. So a good amount of space to decorate inside of here. Now, one thing I found that I want to share with you guys that's really fun, I was kind of playing around with the Well of Souls. Check this out. It lights up the design of the gazebo floor. So if you put a Well of Souls in here, it creates this really trippy effect where it's like the design of the gazebo floor is glowing through. And I just think that's so fun. I know this wasn't intended. This is just like a little thing that it does when you put something in there. But even though it's not intended, I think I'm going to probably throw a Well of Souls in here. Now, I don't know how that's going to work when I summon villagers to it. Let's see. Okay, so they still fit in there. All right. But they're kind of jammed up a little bit, but it's okay. Still cool, though. Still cool. Okay, and now for our final item of the day, we have the Wilted Flower Cottage. This comes in at 3,000 moonstones, and it is an amazing premium house. It actually has its own subtle little animation. As you can see here, these leaves, they just drift down, or these petals, I should say, and then they fade away. But it's so neat that it has its own little animation, and they go from left to right. So you'll see one fall on the right side, and then you'll see one fall on the left side. But it all comes from that wilted flower up there on top of the cottage. Also, just the overall lighting of this, the decor of it is so much fun. If we get a close look here, we have these little flower lanterns. I really hope we get these at some point. Maybe they'll be in the expansion, part of the fairy tale biome or something. I also love the little mushrooms we're seeing around the house. Like you see a bunch of little mushrooms around the base and some different flora that we don't usually see in the game. There's like some flowers and stuff that we haven't really seen before. So maybe these assets will be used in the next DLC. Maybe we'll see some of these items that we haven't seen yet. Now, zooming out here, you can see the lights. In the premium shop, the lights definitely looked white, but they're purple, which is really cool with this coloration from the orange and red and the wilted flower. It's cool to see these like purple lights. I do wish we had more autumn trees in the game. We don't really have a lot of good autumn trees, and I would love to surround this with some yellow or orangish trees. Maybe we'll get some at some point, but for now, we do get some pretty cool autumn-themed premium houses. As far as size goes, this doesn't take up an awful lot of room. It needs about an average amount of space, and I will say the base changes colors depending on where you put it. So if we look over here, the base is now completely green, just like the grass in the area. I also think it would go really well with the Tinkerbell house. The Tinkerbell house has like a little flower lantern, kind of like these. It's more of a hot pink, but yeah, I think it would kind of blend with that well. It could even go well with the Fairy Blossom, but the Fairy Blossom is more of like a springtime home. I think this is more like an autumn themed house, but yeah, either way, you know, they're kind of similar in their own way. They're all like fairy inspired, kind of nature inspired homes. All right, and there you have it, my friends, another weekly Dreamlight Valley breakdown on the books. If you enjoyed today's video and found it helpful, informative, or simply entertaining, please do me a very big favor and press that like button. Also, consider subscribing for more Disney Dreamlight Valley and gaming content. With the showcase coming up October 29th and the new expansion on the horizon, we will have a lot to cover, and I'm just very excited about everything coming to Dreamlight Valley, and I can't wait to share more videos with you guys, so be sure to join the community if you have not done so. Also, if you would like to enjoy the expansion or this update live with friends, consider joining our Twitch community. You can find a link to my Twitch channel and Discord server in the video description down below. As always, thank you so much for your time today, and I hope you enjoy the future of Dreamlight Valley.